Welcome back. This is Fox. Bit of a different video today. I've had a few people asking me how I go about planning these big projects. So I'm going to run start to finish all the way through my latest idea, which is providing my scholars with bowler hats. I've done a little bit of research, but nothing too crazy. I honestly have never gave them bowler hats before. I'll just talk about quickly why I'm going to do this. The main reason is I want to keep the happiness up. I mean, it's on 20 at the minute. They are got bowler hats, but I'm not making enough to provide them all. These bowler hats are coming as a surplus from my tailored suit production. I'm making 91 tons a minute. I'm just going to jot that down. 91 tons a minute. The main reason why I'm deciding to give these scholars is an extra luxury is because I have swapped now the newspaper to all three consumerism boosts. So -30, -20, -10, which gives you -60. Along with some other boosts that I've got. The overall negative needs consumption that these are getting is 68%. That means we only need to provide 32% of our scholars with any single good that they need. We only need to provide them with 32% because of those newspaper boosts. That's like a third. So I'm going to be able to produce well over 2 million. I am going to now be able to have well over 2 million scholars with the production lines that I've already set up.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
That's interesting. Right, so well over 2 million scholars. So we're going to be, if there's enough room, I'm going to be way pushing past the 2 million threshold, which I set myself to start with. So we should have enough room. I'm hoping. So yeah, how do I go about planning this out? Well, I always use a satisfactory calculator. So we're already making 91 tons a minute. I've been into the it's not satisfactory, bloody Anno 1800 calculator. I use this, the GitHub one. So I've already been in here. I've worked out 700,000 scholars times that by 3 is 2.1 million. So this is what I can supply with the supply chains I've already got. I know this because I just simply kept ramping this number up until we got to 950 suits a minute, which is what it says here, 950 tons a minute. I'm making 1,000 tons a minute, but everything is based on that sort of number. All the other production chains were based on 950 tailored suits a minute. So there you have it. We can supply over 2 million scholars with these production lines that we've got going. So this calculator is excellent. It lets you filter specialists and filter in whether you're using boosts from palaces, and it lets you change recipes and stuff. So Bombing Weaver here, it says we need 276 tons a minute. We're already making 91 tons a minute. So let's get a calculator out. 276 tons a minute minus 91. That means we need 185 tons of bowler hats per minute. So I'm just going to decrease the number of scholars now until it gets down to that number. I'm guessing it's going to be around about 450,000-ish. 180, that close, wasn't it? 460,000, 184 tons a minute. Let's do 470 to be sure. 188 tons a minute, 470,000 scholars. So 188 tons a minute of Bombing Weaver's bowler hats is what we need to make to supply over 2 million's worth of scholars. So it's nothing. The good thing about this calculator is it breaks everything down for you. You can see cotton mill. It tells you how much felt you need. You can adjust the productivity percentage here. Bowler hats is on. I'm going to turn telephones off. So all we are filtering here is bowler hats. Just turn this music down a bit. So yeah, what do we need? We need 188 tons of cotton a minute, 188 tons of alpaca farm wool a minute. We need 188 tons of felt and 188 tons of cotton mill, plus obviously everything else. I am going to be having silos for the alpaca farms, so that will change things. So we're going to click that on instantly. So we need, it's only 8 corn farms, but that's going to increase. I know from the setup that I do in the New World that these farms run at 385%. So I'm going to change that in the corn farm. That means we only need 2 corn farms to produce all of the corn for the alpaca farms. Now I'm going to filter the specialists, what we're going to use for that as we go later on. But to start with, I know I need 37 cotton plantations and 2 corn plantations. That's where I would start. I would now go to the New World, pick an island, get that going. But for this purpose, while we're in this window, we're going to go through the other specialists that I'm going to use. There'll be a link in the description to my New World setup that I do for farms. It's the arborist, the horticulturist, and the miraculous steel plough, which I'll need to set going again. So we've got a couple. So let's filter items for alpaca farm. Alpaca farm. So I looked over this. I've already looked over this, and these are the 3 I've chosen. This chap, obviously, Mark van der Mark, breeder of shepherd dogs. He's legendary. He affects all animal farms. He gives you 100% productivity boost, so it's like having 2 farms straight away. He increases the number of modules by 100%, but also he's giving you alpaca wool once every 3rd cycle. Now I'm starting to question my thought process here, because I know it's doubling the number of modules, but you're getting wool every 1/3 cycle, and we're not, and we are boosting them by 140%. Yeah, I'm changing my mind. That's not going to work. Although you're getting 100% productivity, you're increasing the number of modules by 100, which means it's taking up the space of another farm. But the other 2 boosts I've got are giving us 140% boost, so it doesn't work. So we might as well look elsewhere. But we'll go over the other 2 I chose. I've chose, where are they? Unknown. This one, the herdsman. Animal farms, workforce reduction, 40%. Then I went for the hatter. Herdsman. Am I blind? Bear with me, I'm having a moment. Which ones did I research? Let's go over it. Oh, this is for the bombing weaver, that's why I'm confusing myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, the alpaca farms. Jesus Christ, I had a brain melt there. I was just getting ahead of myself. I was looking at the actual bombing weaver. So, items, alpaca farm. What I've gone for, what I was going to go for is Mark van der Mark. But because he increases the number of modules and we're getting more boosts from the other 2, it's not worth using him. So, we might as well.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
Put the printing press in there. Or a Ferris. I think we'll just do a Ferris. So we'll get rid of Mark van der Mark, because my quick maths mean that it's not going to be viable. Ferris. So Ferris is giving us plus 50. The other 2 I'm going to use is the fine feed yard, which is this one. You get a 70% boost, so 50, 70. And then the this is the fabulous feed yard, and then the fine feed yard, which is another 70. So 140 and 50 is 190. So we're getting 190% boost on them. Plus the standard, so 290% for alpaca farms. That is Ferras, Fine Feed Yard, and Fabulous Feed Yard. So
Never turn on ours.
go back into here. Alpaca farm. What did I say? 290. That means we need 25 of them with a silo. That should be no bother. That's only going to be like 3 trade union clusters, so nothing crazy there. Felt production. Right, I know from looking through this there is a specialist you can use in the bombing weavers that gets rid of this felt production. So if we go into the settings, you scroll down here, look, this milliner. It does away with the need for felt and lets you lose alpaca wool straight away. So we're cutting out a whole production chain. So whatever way you look at it, that is well worth it. So we've clicked him in there. The felt has now vanished. Still need the same amount of alpaca wool. So the only production line apart from our crops we're going to need, the only production building we're going to need apart from our crops is cotton mills. Now, we've built a load of cotton mills up already. So we know what we need to do there. We'll just jot down those and add those figures into the system. Cotton mills we're good at. We've done a fair few, as you can see. So the specialists I use in here are Ferras, Optimize Loom, which gives us plus 50 minus 25. Ferras is plus 50 minus 10. Hopdale Loom is plus 40 minus 25. So we're at minus 65 workforce. Plus 140 on the boost, so 240% overall for the cotton fabric production. 240. That means we only need 40 of them. You can almost fit that around. You can almost fit that around one trade union. No, it's going to be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I've got 36 around that, so you could probably fit 40 around one trade union if you gave it enough space, which is very, very cool. So then we need to go to the final stage, which is the bombing weaver. Oops. Control Q. Items. Use your statistic pack. Bombing. It's geeked out. Items. All islands. Bombing weaver. Right, this is what I've gone for. Normally I'd go for a legendary, but I'm that far late in the game. I don't need the extra goods that this chap's given me, which is work clothes and fur coats. I just don't need them. So you're better off going for a Ferras again, because it gives the same boost, which is plus 50, but you get a minus 10 workforce. So he's definitely going in. These are bombing weaving. The other two that I went for were this chap, the milliner. He substitutes the workforce to Jonalero, and instead of felt, the building process is alpaca wool, which is what we just done inside the calculator. So this dude gives no boost or nothing, but he changes to alpaca. The next one I looked at was this dude, minus 50 workforce, which I thought was cool. So we're going to be on minus 60. I mean, we'll have to build more of them, but the only other things I can put in here are boosts. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I like to keep things as low workforce as possible on production buildings if I can. I mean, there's no added boost apart from the Ferras with these three, but we're getting a minus 60% workforce. So minus 60, that means we're going to have less houses on the island. Plus 50 Ferras, which means we're at 150% for the actual bombing weavers. Plus 50 for him, nothing for him, but it's changing the process. So it's saving a shit ton of people by making the felt. And then this chap's reducing the workforce by minus 50, so pretty cool. So we're at 150% for the final stage, which is the bombing weavers. 150, which means we need 63, so it's probably 2 trade union clusters of them. So 2 of them trade union clusters one trade union cluster. Then we may well fit this all on one island. Yes, it's looking good. Right, where are we at? 15 minutes. Right, I'm going to start building this. I'm going to do these at an hour-long videos. You may have noticed that the resolution isn't so high. That's because when I do it in 2560 by 1440, it takes me all night to upload a 15-minute video, and I wanted to do an hour-long video, so I've pulled the quality down to 1080p just for that sole reason, so I can do an hour-long video. So now we know where we're at. We've worked out what all the specialists are. I've started shipping some of these over here in boats, as you can see. Horticulturalists. I've already set up an oil station. This is coming in from here, Cotton 3. We've got a huge surplus of oil over here, so I was just shipping it over here. As you can see, these petrol stations really don't use that much stuff. I've already shipped over some steel and some motors. I'm going to make sure we've got a constant supply of building materials coming to this island. I do have routes dedicated in the New World to delivering goods. That's this one.
You gain an influence bonus.
Oh, shit, where's it all coming from?
This city is a magnet for genius.
So it's all coming from Cotton 1, so we need to leave that. And then we need it to drop off at Bowler Hats. Load wood. Bricks. Why is it doing that? I think it's because I've still got goods on. Right, that's that done. So now we're going to have constant supply of building materials. Have I got any ploughs over here? I think that's the last thing I needed to get delivered. I haven't, so go back over here. This should be finished. Sets of magic discoveries going. I've been having a bug with the music lately. You can see I've got no music. If I turn it below 30, it just turns off and then never comes back on. I mean, it's not going to affect us for this playthrough, but it's quite annoying. Right, let's have a quick look again. What do we need? 37 cotton plantations. That's going to be 2 trade union clusters. Pull bags. Has it remembered everything? Yeah. So, let's get cracking. We'll set one here. And then we'll get started. Now if I set the first fuel station here. And then we'll get going.
renowned personage has arrived.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Come to watch.
This city is a magnet for genius.
So we want the plough. Arborist. Horticulturalist. Yeah, I'm going to have to do this side slightly different because I want as many to get down here as possible, but
No fields, no
we'll start with these.
We now have the required permit to expand the campus.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Should squeeze another one in here, and I may have to just move this, move that to there.
I didn't set them upon you. I didn't need to.
So get a fire engine in there. How many farms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do we need? 37. Have to be a bit more clever with the space on this side.
You should go sit in the shit.
Steel already? Jesus Christ.
Altitude stable.
This city is a magnet for genius.
I need to make sure I leave a path to get train track up there. That's the only thing that matters at the minute. We've just got to be able to get the train track to the next place. So if I can keep everything over this side as much as possible, it's happy days.
You all want a share. What's wrong with that?
And wait till this steel comes because I want to fill this one in down there and then just fill this little block in.
Virtuoso.
So, how many workers do they use? 75. Yeah, still got enough for another fuel station. And I've managed to fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll tell you how many. 16. 16 around that one. It is possible to fit 20, but it's not the end of the world. Probably going to need another warehouse. Where is my airship? Did I even send it? Yep.
Captain.
It's looking like I'm not going to be able to fit them all around 2 trade unions, so which then brings in the play that we need a workforce reduction on one of these. So if I do that, go back over to the Cape, see what we've got in store here. Do I have a bell? I've got a minus 30 bell. We'll build a bell. We'll cancel you. This is going to bring the workforce down of one of the fuel stations by 50, which drops it to 35. 270 is a 140 and 35 is 200. So this will be a 0 workforce island. Well, it won't. But for the time being it is. I'm going to worry about building the population up once we've got the crops down and the alpaca farms going. Where are we at?
How thrilling. A renowned personage has
Half
arrived.
hour. Should get the crops done in this episode and then we'll come back and deal with the rest. Here comes the steel very, very slowly. Might as well send a ship over as well because that's not going to be enough.
Cargo stations.
Some more engines as well.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
We're always looking to those we can trust. Tell me, did they get to you?
Yes, they did. What?
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Right, that's good. Everything's full. We are making 80 tons a minute. And what did we need? 180. Yeah, so just not enough with another cluster if we do it the same. But where do I want this one to be? Ideally close to the fuel station. But we're going to need to get one over there. So I'm thinking, if I've got to do 3, I might literally just squeeze one in here. And then if I need to put one over there, no, let's do it here. Let's do it there. We got the train line sort out. We need to make sure there's room for this to cross. So I need most of the farms on this side. So I may put the warehouses up here in a little block. Sometimes do that.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
They will travel quite far to warehouses, so.
Working. I think we have it.
So, plough. Bollocks. We haven't got another plough yet, but we do have the arborist and the horticulturist. We are going to need another arborist if we have to do another one. So,
How thrilling! A renowned
send you up
personage has
there.
arrived. New orders.
I can go back to the Cape. And you. Can bring the other plough over. And the bell. Plough, bell. New World. Bowler hats. The reason I've split the oil station and the warehouse like this, if you didn't realise, buildings, farms, production buildings, this counts as like a warehouse, if you like, as a connection to a harbour, so you can split them. So I haven't got to worry about getting this. I haven't got to worry about getting a road over to this bit here. I can just tap straight off the warehouse because these are running off the warehouse feature, if you like, or the connection to the harbour of the oil harbour, which is pretty cool. So when the plough comes, we'll be at 0 workforce, but we can get going. We can start building these. That should be enough. If not, I can squeeze one in here and get it out there.
The land has to be
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Should be enough. Famous last words. We need another fuel station, don't we? Dopey. Let's
Heard
put
the
you.
presence of a virtuoso.
Let's put you slap bang in the middle here. Less distance to travel. Need more steel again. We've got no music, it's annoying me. Just not having it. Excuse me.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
No more space here.
That's not the horticulturalist. Here's, so I'll need to redo them.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
This city is a magnet for genius.
We now have the required permit to expand the campus.
Right, we need more, so I'm gonna have to. Is there room to stretch him out? No, that means he's gonna have to go. Because we need to fit a couple in here. How annoying. I can only fit one. Let's move you to that. Then we can get a couple squeezed in here.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
This is our newest Scholar Island. I've all laid out. I've actually done this one with oil for a very cunning reason. I wanted some extra workforce. So I'm using the 300 island workforce per town hall instead of a range boost for an oil power plant. And this island is running off oil. Got production lines set up for canned food and stuff already. So we're good.
Frankly, I expected far, far more.
These are getting everything they need at the minute. Where are we at? 40 minutes. So, how many more can I fit in here? 2, hopefully. That is going to be tight. Should just be enough. Yes. Nice. These are having to carry their stuff quite a long way, but I mean, once the warehouse is full, it doesn't affect you that much. We are going to need a fire station in here, so... It's annoying.
To watch.
Right, let's move one of these. What are we at? 114, we needed 180, so yeah, we're definitely going to need another one. It's not the end of the world. Was that in? It was.
This city is a magnet for genius.
We now have the required permit to expand the campus.
Ah, look at that. Exactly 101 tiles without a farm. Without a doodah. Petrol station, fuel station thing. Right, steel and the plough here. So if we put the bell in here, the plough in here, this is going to boost us up quite a lot now. So we are at 136 tons.
See how the people seize the economy for themselves.
Just fucking annoying, mate. Just annoying.
This expeditions became lost in the ice. Most is that so?
Give and thou. Well, we use what we need.
Right, we're going to need another plough now. This should be almost done, yeah. Going to need another horticulturist and an arborist. We've got, not forgetting that we need our corn as well. We need 2 corn farms at 385%. So we are going to need to account for those.
Cargo boat at the ready.
So we need, obviously, the horticulturist and the arborist come from Isabella. They come pretty easy. You can normally roll them. You can normally roll them pretty easy. There's one.
I was young when I joined the movement. I never imagined I would one day be giving the orders.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
That's the hatter that we were going to use for the bombing weaver. I've got no room for him. Horticulturist is epic, is pink. If I had a bigger ship, I'd be taking all these as well. The first-rate sappers, I use them in all my mines. Workforce reduction, big boost. Come on. Let me check. I haven't got one over here, have I? No. So we do need one. Ah, Missed him. What a knob. He'll be back.
Take the rudder.
How are we doing for steam motors?
A meaty opportunity.
130. I'll bring some more
You've left
steam
no
motors and steel over also while we're waiting.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Power plant blew up. Not what you want.
The fire has been vanquished.
Cargo stations.
It's working. I think we have it.
Oh,
Cargo
wait there.
boat at the ready.
You can bring the plough.
Boldly.
Cargo stations.
Now's your moment. Action must be taken. Pride. Apathy is... Of course, you know what's best.
Of course I do.
Aye.
So, horticulturist, arborist. I've just had a crazy thought. I've spent yesterday buying an island and making a load of grain to supply the canneries on these islands, but I'm making a fuck ton. I'm making loads from rubber. I should be making some.
Thrilling. A renowned personage has arrived.
Oh no, he doesn't make grain. Horticulturalist doesn't make grain. It's this dude, isn't it? What's his name? He does red
From its voyage.
peppers, potatoes, and grapes. Where is he? Must be on my rubber island. Yeah, this chap makes grain. One every 14th cycle. It's not really worth worrying about that or trying to ship that around that small amount. So, as I said earlier, we don't need to worry about spanning that there. We can use
Who knows where this will lead?
this. Non-aggression pact.
Being an
Yes,
activist
please.
means I'll always disagree. Many of my dentistry students did look up to me, yes. Because unlike my peers, I gave them the tools to
I'm going to move this over.
gain an influence.
So we've got a bit more space.
This city is a magnet for genius.
If we put the fuel station as far down here as it can go. Now we're cooking.
The land has to be... You should go sit in the...
Be nice if I could sneak all these up, fill that little cube there. Then there might be enough room to like
Your ship has returned.
have some alpacas or something down here. 180 tons, we need 153, so we don't need that many more. So yeah, if I can... As I just said, fill this bit up here.
No more space.
Let's move you.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
New orders.
This city is a magnet for genius.
Just had a thought, all of these are going to be 0 workforce, so we can boost this. Probably nearly there now. Yeah, we are. 198 tons a minute. Well, what a dope. It's not too bad. We've still got plenty of space here for stuff. Now, we needed, what, 2 corn farms, was it? 2. And we do have corn on this island, which is good. Again. You know what? I probably should have tried to fill up this side. Put the 2 corn farms this side.
My poor
That's... corn. $252. Fuck yeah, now.
The game is afoot.
Lovely. Can get a little cluster of fabric cotton stuff going on in there. So that is the crops done. Where are we at? 56 minutes. That's pretty good. So let's check again what we needed. We needed 188 tons of cotton a minute and 5 tons a minute of corn.
Your ship has returned from its
We're making 9 tons of corn and 192 of cotton. And we have enough to get a trade union cluster there. We can get one here. And we can get one here with room for warehouses and stuff. Which means we still have a lot of room on this island, which is very, very good. I mean, what did I say we needed? 2 trade union clusters. Probably 1 doing the cotton, wasn't it? Let's lay it out quick. We've got time. I know from experience these need an awful lot of warehouses, so we're going to blueprint these. We are going to need a fire station. Sacrifice that one.
How thrilling! A renowned personage has arrived.
The game is afoot.
Again, one of these is going to have to go.
Breaking the cycle of poverty.
That's not bad. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 22. These probably are going to need another. Six for 20. What have I got over here?
We'd never turn on ours.
24, running off 6, 7, 8. That should be alright. If it stalls a bit, we're over making on the cotton fabric, cotton stuff anyway, so should be good. That's a good start. How many did we need in total? 40, and we've just fit 20 around that one, which means if I use that one, we should be able to fit another 20 round. That means this can be an alpaca one, the start of an alpaca one, or even a bombing weavers one. Be good if they can get goods directly from that one, maybe. Save on some transportation. But yeah, for now, that's a good start on a bowler hat island. I hope you enjoyed the way I work things out, devising which specialist is best to use and stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward the way I do it. Counteract use of space for productivity. Obviously, if I can get some workforce reductions as well, it's a bonus. These are going to be not at dead zero workforce. I could probably make them at 0 workforce if I substituted a ferras. If I substituted the ferras for a bell, I could get these at 0 workforce with a plus 90. But we've got so much space on this island. I mean, how many alpaca farms was it? That's going to be the biggest pain. 25 alpaca farms. They're going to take up a lot of space. So let's say the alpaca farms take up this. the bombing weavers, the actual bombing weavers themselves. We need 63. Jesus, it's a lot of space, isn't it? And they're big old buildings as well. Should probably be 20 around a trade cluster, so I'm going to need 3 trade union clusters for the actual bombing weavers. So I need 1. Need 1. 2. 3, 4. If I said day worth of bombing weavers, the alpaca farms there, housing there, some more alpaca farms here. I could put the housing here actually because I'm not going to need that many. We're at minus 50. What do these take? These. I think we're changing the workforce, aren't we? Changing the workforce with these cunning items that I had. This dude is a Jean Alero workforce. And then this dude, workforce minus 50. So we're not going to need that many. Each one of these is only going to need 10. So the houses that we're going to need is not going to be a lot. These are going to be at minus 65. These use 10, so they're only going to be like 3 per house. So we're not going to need that many houses. So we should be able to fit the houses in up here. Squeeze them in up here. That leaves us a fair bit of space actually for the alpacas and the bombing weavers and stuff. Yeah, good. It's looking good. Sorry I've waffled on a bit, but as I say, people wanted to know how I plan these things and how I go about it. So there you have it. Part 1. Part 2, I'll come back. We'll finish this and get the production line totally done. Hope you enjoyed this. As always, come join us on the Discord if you want to have a chat with me, or there's some quite really active members in there now, always ready and waiting to answer questions, so it's becoming pretty good. Also, the Facebook page, Anno 1800 community, is very active. That's where I post most of my screenshots and interact with everybody. Give it a like if you enjoyed this. And yeah, as always, we'll see you in the next one.